Let's get some analysis now with Alexey Muraviev, who's an Associate Professor of National Security and Strategic Studies at Curtin University. He joins us now from Perth in Australia. Really good to have you back with us, Professor. It's believed that this latest launch from North Korea, they were test firing what could be a new type of ballistic missile. This is the latest test firing of a weapon that North Korea has conducted in recent months, totaling some 30 so far this year. What is North Korea trying to achieve right now as it escalates its aggression in the region?
Well, I mean, North Korea, in my view, pursues a number of objectives when it test fires missiles. And certainly North Korea is tipped to hit the record in terms of the overall missiles being fired during various stages of their tests compared to other missile-carrying nations. I mean, you mentioned 30 missiles, but since the start of last year, that number have gone up to as high as 100 missiles. So we're talking about a very significant number of missiles being fired in a pretty short period of time. Normally, those tests are associated with either South Korea and the United States staging military exercises, and then places Pyongyang on alert, and they try to send a warning by fearing that a large-scale maneuvers undertaken by South Korean and U.S. forces may be a pretext for a full-scale invasion or some sort of aggression against the North Korean regime. It's also been used as a bargaining chip in the past when North Korean regime wanted to negotiate some sort of a way out of sanctions or partially lifting of some sanctions regime, when they would then escalate by either testing nuclear device or conducting considerable number of missile launches, or it's also part of their routine, because North Korea pursues a very sophisticated, especially for the country of that size and the state of its economy, and an aggressive missile program. We're talking about the current inventory of no less than 8 missiles with different ranges. The top of the range is 17 super missile with estimated range of 15,000 kilometers, which allow North Korea hypothetically to hit any part of the United States.
Now, we know this latest launch comes days after Kim Jong-un suggested that the country needed to strengthen the country's war deterrence in a, quote, more practical and offensive manner. Is that what we're seeing now from Pyongyang?
Look, I mean, he is well known for a saber rhetoric. I mean, I think what's been concerning is the fact that South Korea could not reach Pyongyang after the test, because normally when escalation occurs, then there is a telephone exchange, you know, some sort of mythical hotline that exists between Pyongyang and Seoul. But this time, North Korean regime chose not to pick up the phone or answer the call. And obviously, in a situation of heightened tensions, in a situation of saber rhetoric that Kim engaged once again in, the fact that the North went silent in trying to trying to probably escalate tensions even further, create more ambiguity, certainly doesn't help, because it does contribute to fear and suspicion about the true intent of North Korean regime. And again, it's an open secret that everyone fears that if North Korean authorities would miscalculate the actions of the South or the actions of the United States, or just wake up on the wrong side of the bed one day, they might actually trigger an unprovoked aggression, as they have demonstrated on numerous occasions when they would be shelling South Korean island, or back in 2010, I believe they torpedoed a South Korean warship completely unprovoked, thinking that somehow they can get away with that sort of behavior.
Okay, Associate Professor Alexey Muraviev, we'll have to leave it there, but great to get your analysis as always. Thank you.